In our fast-paced world, it's easy to be swept away by the constant flood of emotions: anger, frustration, fear, anxiety, reactions to situations, words, and events that seem beyond our control. When we let these emotions take the lead, we become puppets of our own minds. But Buddhism offers a powerful antidote: the wisdom of non-reaction. The Buddha taught us that the real path to freedom is not in reacting, but in simply observing. Through this practice, we can transform our emotional lives, cultivate lasting peace, and reclaim mastery over our minds. The world trains us to react. It's instinctive, a knee-jerk response to life's challenges. When someone criticizes us, we feel the sting and respond with anger. When plans fail, we feel frustration bubble up. This automatic pattern of reaction locks us in a cycle of suffering, because we're allowing our emotions to control us instead of the other way around. The Buddha shared a profound story to explain this. He spoke of a man struck by an arrow. Rather than seeking medical help, the man demanded to know where the arrow came from, who shot it, and what it was made of. By focusing on irrelevant details, the man wasted precious time, neglecting the immediate need for healing. This is what happens when we react to emotions. When we fixate on the story, the cause, or the meaning behind an event, we get lost in it instead of focusing on healing our inner wounds. Emotions, as powerful as they may feel, are temporary. They rise and fall like waves on the ocean. Reacting to them is like chasing after each wave, only to get pulled under. The Buddha's wisdom reminds us, you will not be punished for your anger. You will be punished by your anger. In other words, it's not the emotion itself that harms us. It's how we let it dictate our thoughts and actions. Buddhism teaches that instead of fighting our emotions, we must simply observe them. If anger arises, don't fight it or suppress it. Instead, watch it. Allow it to come and go, just as clouds drift across the sky. When we don't attach ourselves to our emotions, they lose their grip on us. A Zen parable brings this lesson to life. A samurai asked a monk, "What is the difference between heaven and hell?" The monk insulted the samurai, provoking him into a violent reaction. As the samurai pulled out his sword in rage, the monk calmly said, "That is hell." Realizing his mistake, the samurai bowed in humility, and the monk added, "That is heaven." This story shows us that our emotional reactions shape our experiences. If we can detach from our emotions and observe them with awareness, we free ourselves from unnecessary suffering. One of the Buddha's most powerful teachings is about the breath. In moments of intense emotion, instead of reacting immediately, simply take a deep breath. Feel the air enter your lungs, and then exhale slowly. This simple practice creates a pause between stimulus and response, giving space for wisdom to guide us. By slowing down our breath, we slow down our reactions, allowing us to respond mindfully rather than impulsively. True mastery of emotions is not about suppression, it's about transformation. A monk, faced with an angry villager who insulted him, did not respond with anger. Instead, he stayed silent. When asked why he didn't defend himself, the monk replied, "If someone offers you a gift and you do not accept it, to whom does the gift belong?" The villager understood that anger only affects those who choose to accept it. This wisdom reminds us, when someone is unkind or hostile, we do not need to absorb their negativity. Their words are their burden, not ours. We can choose not to react. We can choose peace. The Buddha taught, hatred does not cease by hatred, but by love alone. When we face aggression or provocation, instead of reacting with anger or resentment, we can choose to respond with patience and understanding. This shift in response not only prevents unnecessary suffering, but transforms situations and relationships. By embodying calm, we become a source of peace in the chaos of life. In Buddhism, silence is not weakness, it is wisdom. When provoked, a moment of silence can speak volumes. Sometimes, the best answer to a situation is no answer at all. This practice of noble silence, often observed by monks, teaches us that not every action needs a reaction. A moment of stillness allows us to respond from a place of clarity and understanding, rather than from a place of reaction. The true power of non-reaction lies in its ability to bring us freedom. When we stop being controlled by our emotions, we gain inner peace and wisdom. This doesn't mean we'll never feel anger, frustration, or sadness. It means we have the choice not to be enslaved by them. By practicing mindfulness, observing emotions without attachment, and responding with wisdom, we align ourselves with the Buddhist teachings and gain control over our emotional world. Buddhism teaches that life will always present us with challenges. This is inevitable, but our response to those challenges is what shapes our experience. By mastering the art of non-reaction, we become the creators of our destiny. We live with clarity, peace, and a joy that is unshaken by external circumstances. In mastering our emotions, we master life itself. And in doing so, we unlock a deeper truth. The power to control our emotions is the power to transform our lives.